I'm Stad.
I'm Gib.
I'm Connor.
I'm Bennett.
Today, we go over MLB's first 80 games, who will be at the MLB All-Star Game, some breaking news, and we decide on what professional athlete we would switch places with. This is Cafeteria Conversations.
Ring it.
All right. Going into what's cooking. We're going to hit. All right. What's our order first? I say we hit this NBA Finals real quick. Great series.
little note.
Tragic what happened to Halliburton within 7 minutes. We kind of saw it with that calf strain early in the earlier in the playoffs and in this matchup. And so, I mean, obviously that, causes some worries about what could happen.
You would think with how spread out the games were, he'd be fine. Like, you hate to see him go down, but like,
Yeah, dude,
Did
that's
you
just
have
not-
KD flashbacks with that? Because you could see it pop.
Yeah, no, I mean,
it was
you
gross.
definitely could.
it's gross.
It was really
I definitely
hard to
think a
watch.
calf strain is just not something to mess with in basketball.
Right,
Like
right,
Achilles
right.
are just so easy to go. It's just so easy to lose them. Once
It takes so long to recover too. I mean,
Right,
It took Clay a year and a half to get back to
because Clay got his ACL, MCL, and then right after that tore his Achilles. Like as soon as he got back.
Jeez.
Yeah, he did it
Yeah.
in practice. He didn't even play a game.
Yeah, that was
that's brutal.
Those
That's
were stacked.
that's mentally.
Yeah.
I definitely think Halliburton will obviously come back, and
I agree.
hopefully we'll have the mental strength and fortitude to keep going.
I think if he hadn't gotten hurt or would have stayed in the game a little longer, I think Pacers would have squeaked it out.
I agree.
But
I mean, they got crushed in the third quarter. If you look the split, like the third quarter's what 34 to 20.
yeah, but what was the final
22?
score? It was within 10, wasn't it?
I mean, I was keeping up with it, and in 2.5 minutes, it was an 11-point game, which is nothing in the NBA.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I don't.
And that's,
don't know.
I mean, that it had been that way all series. I mean,
Right.
teams had come back from that before. So.
And when the guy that has literally been like the clutch factor on your team is out for the entire game,
Yeah,
And,
I mean,
and it was so obvious for Indiana too. You watch that second half. I mean, they don't have a ball handler. They're just coming down one pass and they're chucking.
I mean, yeah,
Hoping for a rebound.
second string point guard had what? I think 7 or 9, like 7 to 9 turnovers. They had
Yeah.
21 turnovers in
Oh,
the game.
jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
it,
just-
it was bad.
Yeah, it was so obvious to see like what was missing with Halliburton. I mean, not only is he like a mental leader, like he kind of keeps him in check, but I mean he's one of the best point guards in the league this year. So
For
it
sure.
was- it
Shout
was-
out,
it was
shout out,
hard.
OKC. Congrats to the Thunder.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
a fan.
Okay, long
it was-
time
it was
coming
a-
for the
It
Thunder.
It was a
but
historic
okay.
season, so I mean, and it was their first
Yeah.
win. So, I mean, you got to give him some recognition for that. No,
Nah.
Cool.
I just look at
I
the-
give Alex
give him the
Caruso
recognition.
recognition.
Yeah.
Alex
You'll
Caruso's
give the bald
a
man?
dog.
I just
Yeah.
don't-
And Jalen Williams. This is the first time I really pay attention to him. That kid's really good.
Yeah. I don't really understand like how they were so good. Like obviously,
yeah.
I mean they were good enough to win an NBA championship. They're a good basketball team, but I was just like over the course of the season, I was like the Thunder are that far ahead of everybody else. Like I don't know. But
Heads up for those Warriors next year. And that's all I'm saying, bro.
I feel like it's like a game of percentages too. Like how many free throws did they make in comparison to everyone else? How many turnovers did they have? I mean, obviously every sport is a game of percentages, but I feel like you could make like a Moneyball-esque story out of this season for them.
For sure.
Just because there wasn't. I mean, obviously they had the
No,
MVP
I mean
on
they
their
had
team, but
well, debated. I think we all decided that Jokic
You
probably
did,
should have
yes.
been the
He's the
MVP. so,
dog.
so
He's a dog.
like
He's
you
the
know,
MVP.
they had enough. I think enough pieces to pull through and obviously get the win.
I think
but
they were just really good at every aspect of the game. They weren't great at any, but they were really good
We
at like
will be
every.
is that all it
aspect.
takes to win the NBA Finals now?
I mean,
if it's that soft,
Who
if you can
knows?
get that many fouls,
well, that's a different.
That is a different
conversation.
argument.
I don't know enough about the SGA free throw percentages and how many free throws.
I
he
also
takes.
It's
don't- I
lower
haven't
than
looked
people think.
Yeah,
he
it
averaged
is.
8.8. Jordan, AI, Braun, Kobe, when they were all averaging 30, they were averaging like 10 to 12. So
Yeah,
it's just a
good. He's
misconception.
good.
It's just
Good
the
ball
way
player.
that he gets them is a little more frustrating, so people kind of overanalyze it.
Yeah.
there you go.
But taking us to the Men's College World Series, pretty historic. No teams that repeated from last year. It's the first time that's happened since like 1959. And so then we're going to have a tragic way for Arkansas to go out. Super sad. Shout out to that left fielder. Like, keep his head up. Like that. I mean, that was super sad to watch.
Hardest ball as an outfielder right there.
Yeah, and then people tried to blame it on that shortstop play, but at the same time, it's tough to gauge. And then Coastal Carolina, both of their coaches getting tossed out in the first inning.
I got major beef with that.
I just think that's horrendous to do in the first inning.
Major
I think
beef.
it's so stupid to do.
Dude, it looked like the home umpire just ran away. Like, he didn't want any conflicts.
Can one of you walk us through
Okay,
exactly
so
what happened and
Coastal-
how you
well,
perceived it?
This is how I perceived it because they replayed it like 3 different times. They replayed it right after it happened, then twice in the next inning.
Okay.
So Coastal steals second. Just looks like a normal steal. He's safe. He's obviously safe. Well, the umpire is kind of like walking back behind the plate to start the next step or to continue the at bat.
Okay.
Well, Coastal's coach comes out of like the dugout just a little bit. Not like, I mean, he was on the grass, but he wasn't like in the umpire's face. And to me, it looked like he was asking a question.
Okay.
That's
But
how
it was over balls and strikes. They
Right.
had botched it in the top of the first inning. And then on the pitch they stole on, like it was a ball.
It was definitely a ball.
Yeah,
He called it a
was
strike.
He
Yeah.
called it a strike. So
Man.
and so what I thought was he was asking a question, but obviously later in and in the report that they gave, he said he was arguing balls and strikes. So the
They
umpires
threw him out of the game?
Well, the umpire's like, don't come any closer. And what I saw is Coastal's coach say like, "What?" Like he was trying to hear him, and he took a couple more steps and he got ran. Like no warning, just got thrown out immediately. Well, the first base coach is like, "What
Yeah.
just happened? Why did he get thrown out?"
But when that Coastal coach got thrown out, he went out there and lost his mind. And then the
Right,
first
yeah.
base coach down here is kind of, and he's kind of asking the same question. Like he's kind of his mic. They actually start hot micing the umpire, so you can start
Yeah.
kind of distantly hearing because it's deafening. I mean, those LSU fans are like
Yeah.
roaring because these guys are getting tossed. But it's basically over balls and strikes, and they gave him no warning. Like it
No
was just
warning.
immediately like.
So did the first base coach kind of escalate?
Well, no,
any,
the
or
first
no?
base coach, he just came in like towards the umpire and towards where his head coach was, just wondering why he had gotten thrown out and what was being said. And as soon as he got close to an umpire, he gets thrown out by a different umpire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's just like, and then one of the umpires trips on a lace and falls down.
Dude, that
And they
looked, it
blame-
looked like
and they
yeah, it was
blame
like,
it
oh,
on
he
the
shoved
coastal
him.
head
No,
coach.
he just
Yeah,
tripped.
they blamed it on the coach and suspended him another 2 games. So, like, had they won that game, he wouldn't have been able to coach the next game.
How do you think that affected players? And because they lost the game, Coastal Carolina.
I think the starting pitcher did a really good job because like he retired LSU. If it wasn't 1, 2, 3, it was 4 batters. It was almost he faced the minimum in the next inning, and he kind of came back to his dugout like, "All right, guys, we need to focus and settle down. Like what's happened has happened. Like we've got us, and that's what we need to focus on." So I think he did a good job. I just think LSU hit the ball really well. There was a play similar to the Arkansas play in left field where one of LSU's best hitters hits a frozen rope right at an outfielder, and he thinks it's sinking, so he runs in, and it just flies right over his head. He hits the wall. I mean, they just had timely hitting. I don't think something that happens in the first should necessarily affect the game because they had plenty of time to settle down. But I mean, you don't have your head coach, so like that's a pretty big factor.
What do you think about this? I think this would be an interesting thing. Not that you need to spice up the College World Series anymore. What if they had to use wood bats in the playoffs?
I'm actually really
Just the playoffs?
Or like once it gets to the College World Series, then you are required to use wood
I
bats.
think that's dumb. You
Yeah,
train
I
the
don't-
whole season
yeah.
with a metal
Right.
bat.
That
I
wouldn't
think what's
happen.
more interesting is why, like, I mean, coming from the showcase circuit, now playing in a collegiate summer ball team, like I only swing wood. The only time I ever swing a metal bat is during high school spring. Like I swing a wood bat from summer to fall, and then pick up a metal bat. I mean,
Are
that's
you going to
just,
swing a metal
Yeah.
bat at Hampton, Sydney?
yeah, because
Yeah,
it's college. You
college
have
is
to.
metal.
Oh, you have
You
to.
don't have to, but you can swing a wood bat, but nobody does. So I mean, I
mean,
think
why
it's a
would you?
bigger
Yeah.
conversation. If colleges had more money, because the wood bats are more expensive because they break.
Right.
So, I mean, not necessarily like when you buy a nice wood bat, it's probably $180. When you buy a nice metal bat, it's probably $400. But if that bat breaks multiple times, it starts to add up, and that's
Right.
why colleges don't do wood bats. But it's definitely a question because everybody else swings wood bat.
Well, what if you separated it through like division? Like, what if like D1 did wood bats? Because D1 schools can afford
I
it.
also
Not
think-
all
I-
D1s.
Really?
I also don't think that's a good idea. Like, if
Okay.
you're going to do something in the NCAA, you're going to have all levels do it. Like, it's the NCAA. They're the full governing body. It's just always made sense to me for college to use metal bat. It's just kind of just where the level of the game is and where
Okay.
everybody is. But I mean, there have been discussions of people trying to advocate to use wood
It's
bat.
been around for a while,
Yeah.
especially with the way that summer ball has changed and travel ball has changed. Like wood bats are what guys use. I've been swinging a wood bat since 8th grade in summer ball. Like, I mean, it's just how the game's kind of played now.
Yeah.
But speaking of baseball, or continuing on the topic of baseball, we're going to talk about the MLB First 80.
About halfway through the Major League Baseball season, if you don't know, Major League Baseball plays 162 games. So we're right closing into the All-Star break. All-Star game is July 15th. We'll get into that a little bit later. Just a quick little rundown. So I'll give you the division leaders and then any other team that kind of feels exciting. So in the AL East, the Yankees have a 2.5 game lead.
Rip.
In the American League Central, the Detroit Tigers have an 8.5 game lead on
Good
first
for the
place.
Tigers, man.
Yep. They've been playing really well. Tarek Skubal, probably just go ahead and write him down for AL Cy Young, but
All
I
right.
mean, he's pitching insane. AL West, the Houston Astros have a
Boo.
5 game lead on the
Boo,
Seattle
boo,
Mariners.
boo.
They've been playing really well as of late.
Hunter Brown.
They were hovering around 500 the first few months, and they've kicked it into another gear. Rookie Cam Smith, he looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Mauricio Dubon's been swinging the
Jeremy
bat.
Pena.
Yeah, they look young and they look good. Just last night, the Philadelphia Phillies took the lead in the National League East, beating the New York Mets. The
Come on,
Mets-
Nationals. You
the
can
Ma-
do it. You can climb the ranks.
Number
I know.
4.
Number 4.
You do have a great play. You do have a great young core coming up right now.
Yeah,
That's what you always say whenever we talk about the Nationals.
I mean they do.
Because you do.
yeah,
I
they
mean,
do.
in the
Two of them.
time
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we've talked about baseball together, you have Mackenzie Gore, who's leading the MLB in strikeouts, and James Wood, who's one of the best hitters in
No,
baseball. right
I
now.
know.
Like, it's-
They were
it's-
so close to 500 for a few weeks there.
We'll come
but-
back to the
Yeah,
Nationals
we're
because
at
we're gonna
410 right
I
now.
was going to go through everybody's favorite teams. So in the NL Central, the Chicago Cubs have a 3.5 game lead, and then
Go
in the
Cubbies.
National League West, the Los Angeles Dodgers have a 3.5 game lead as well. So let's look at our favorite teams. So Gib, the Boston Red Sox currently sit in 4th place in the American League East, 2 games behind 3rd and 6 back of the first place Yankees. They are 40-39.
We're only a half game out of the wild card, so
Yeah.
I'm
You
not
got a few games to get there. I mean,
Honestly,
Yeah, we got plenty. We're
I
gonna-
I know
East is
that's what I was.
quite competitive.
I was joking.
hopefully we're buyers at the deadline. So
Yeah.
Okay,
and we
okay.
go get something to kind of get us over the hump because honestly, we cannot miss the playoffs again. If we miss playoffs again, Breslow's gone.
Did you miss it last year or?
Yeah, the last 2
Okay.
years.
Oh,
3 years maybe. No, 24 and 23. We made it in 22. Made a little
Yeah.
run in 22 actually.
So back to the Nationals, Connor and Bennett. The Nationals sit in 4th place in the National League East.
Not in
at
last.
32-46. The Nationals were 30. What was it? They were like 30-33 a couple weeks ago, and they lost 12 games in a row.
Yeah, I know, dude. They were so
Yeah.
close, man.
How do you feel about your manager throwing your entire team under the bus? You see that?
If I did not see that, I don't follow baseball that closely.
So Dave Martinez, in an interview after their like 11th lost game in a row, he's like, "It's not my fault. It's on the players." And
this was
everybody
the
was
coach or the manager?
like,
Props.
well, head coach. It's called the manager in Major League
Okay,
Baseball,
okay.
but head coach. He was like, "Yeah, I mean, they're not really listening. It's kind of on them." I was like,
Wow.
oh my god.
It's kind of valid though. I mean,
Yeah,
these are
like,
grown
look,
men.
there's two perspectives, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
100% think I side with Gibbs. Like, these are grown men.
Yeah.
Like, these are not high schoolers who you can be like, hey guys, it's my job to motivate you. Like, I'm paying you $1 million to go out and perform the best you can, more than $1 million.
Throwing them under the bus though, that's not
no,
professional.
that's not okay.
What
but
did he
like,
say? They weren't like, it's not my fault. They're not motivated. They're not performing.
I think he went into kind of a spiel of not ready to play, which I think is more valid than people gave him credit for.
Well,
but
isn't that his job to get them ready to play?
No,
like
it's not his job.
to perform
necess-
is their job, but
Yeah.
To get them ready, that's not his job.
I
Not
think-
at
no,
the
they have
MLB level.
a slew of coaches who prepare and help to run through practices. But again, they're grown men.
By
who
the
you are
time you get to the
paying
MLB,
millions of
Bennett, all
dollars.
these guys have their routine, what they have to do to get ready for the game. That is on them.
what is the manager's job then? Like what is
The
his
manager's job is to coach more strategy.
And
Like
make
he
the
doesn't. He
lineup.
doesn't. Like we've said multiple times. Like these are grown men that have played baseball for a long time. Now they're at the top level. He doesn't coach like. It's not, I mean, I'm sure most managers do help with mindset and help with, especially young guys, but like they have to, like it's on them whether to do what they have to do to put themselves in a position to
Yeah, and that's not
perform.
what I mean by get ready for the game. I mean like the strategy side
Yeah.
of like,
to be clear,
are they
He's
prepared
doing- is he
with
doing the most
understanding
scouting?
what the other team is bringing?
Yeah, that's his job.
Okay.
His job's
Yeah.
not to worry about if Jimmy's feeling all right. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
but I
not
will
his
say
job.
managers can win or lose ball games. with
100%.
decisions they make and pitchers that decide
what's his
to
name?
throw.
Grady Little left Pedro Martinez in too long.
Oh yeah.
Or no, he
yeah,
took
yeah.
him out.
No,
No,
he
yeah.
No, left him in
too
too long.
long.
Yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah.
the broadcast is, and Little pats him on the backside and returns to the dugout, and then the Yankees just
Yep,
shove
terrible.
him. Yeah, that's a prime example.
We actually played a
of-
high school game against Grady Little.
Oh, there you go.
But you want to talk about these teams you are excited about?
Hold on, I gotta mention my Reds because although we lost a series in St. Louis,
You're only 3 back of the wild card.
we're only 3 back the wild card. We're 40-38. Me and my fellow Reds fans, we've just decided if we're above 500 at the All-Star break, I think that Nick Krall will have the stones to buy at the deadline, and who knows? I'm not saying anything, but who knows? It's
Yeah.
I
constant optimism.
can't believe the Pirates have Paul Skeens, the best pitcher in the MLB, and they're in dead last. In
Well,
their
it's
division.
one pitcher.
It's one
man.
pitcher.
I
that's
know,
why.
It's
but,
one
like,
game
still.
every
Because they
5
have-
days, bro.
It's Paul Skeens,
Still.
O'Neal
What do you mean
Cruz, and
still?
They lost a game where he pitched what 8 and a half innings.
yeah, because they don't have anybody to hit the
hit.
ball.
But that's what I'm
guy
saying.
sport.
Like, how do you not have the talent to surround somebody like that? How do you take him and keep him, and then just not have anything around it?
It's because they're
Because
you know,
baseball
they
is
don't-
not exactly like a go pick up guy sport.
Yeah.
Like you got to work with what you got.
Yeah,
Especially the Pirates, they don't have money.
It's a lot. It's
I
a
mean,
lot
yeah.
about that. If you don't have money and you don't have an owner who's willing to spend more than he wants to, then you're kind of caught between
Yep.
rock and a hard place, and that's where the Pirates are.
But let's hit a couple of these teams real quick. Who are these teams you're excited about?
I would say the San Francisco Giants. I think
Okay.
they have one of the better starting rotations in the National League with the Devers trade. Sorry to bring that up again,
Sorry.
but I think they have a good enough lineup. If Willie Adames starts swinging the bat like we all know Willie Adames can,
Mhm.
I really think that the Giants will make a big push and they'll hold that wild card spot and even contend for the division. I mean, obviously the Dodgers are the Dodgers, right?
Yeah.
But the Giants are only 3.5 back, and they play the Dodgers plenty of times in the second half. And I don't know, man. I think they could go far in the playoffs again.
I think if I'd hit 2 teams right quick, and one of them's above my Red Sox right now, but the Guardians, they're always an interesting team when it comes close to playoff time. I think they have probably one of the best playoff atmospheres in baseball. And I mean, it's just a dangerous lineup. It's a great coach. Like I think that team knows how to win. And then I would say the Padres.
Yeah.
Padres are good.
To your Guardians
It's always a
point,
good bank. On
they
the
can
Padres.
swing the bat, but I think their pitching. I think they might need to get some pitching at the deadline, because when we won the Ohio Cup 5-1, and it's like they needed more pitching.
Yeah, you're right.
They needed a lot more pitching, in my opinion. But like you said, I mean, Jose Ramirez on your team, and they've got a lot of young pieces. Stephen Kwan's playing really good baseball. I mean, he'll probably be an all-star. So.
Who do you think like the best looking team is right now?
Dodgers.
Dodgers.
Tigers.
Yeah.
Washington National. I don't know.
Do we think Aaron Judge wins the Triple Crown? He's 6 back of RBIs. He's 4 back on homers, which is a catcher, so Cal Riley could slowly decrease. And then he's
I don't know,
number
dude.
1 on average.
How many back is he of Cal Raleigh?
4.
It seems like Cal Raleigh's hitting a home run every single game.
But
or if not-
Aaron Judge can hit 4 in a game.
I agree. I think if there's, I don't know.
Do y'all know what the Triple Crown is?
No,
Yes.
explain.
Oh, I do.
It's the Triple
on,
Crown.
hold on.
The last
Connor,
time someone,
explain.
No, he's got it.
the last time that somebody-
Wait. I kind of want to see this. Spotlight. Connor said he knows what the Triple Crown is.
I know what the Triple Crown is
Go
in
ahead.
football, so I'm assuming it's very similar in
Okay,
baseball.
okay,
so
let's hear it.
We've talked about RBIs, home runs, and then batting percentage.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
What you know about it, Bennett? Come on.
the last guy that won that was 2011 Miggy, I think. I think that was 2011.
Yes, I can
Um,
confirm that.
But yeah, basically. And
Okay.
Judge has been close a couple of times. But
Yeah,
this
Bennett.
is-
Yeah,
he's
you know what the Triple
close
Crown
now.
is now? Yeah,
Like, are
Bennett.
there actual benchmarks?
No, Bennett. It's the Triple Crown.
Be quiet.
No, you
Are they
just
like-
have to lead in every single category.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have like other accolades of like, oh, he was the batting champion. He was the best.
Yeah.
He had the best batting average in the National League.
But if
or
you
that
get all
American League.
3, you get the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron Judge is also leading in hits right now. 105.
2012 Miguel Cabrera.
2012, that was close.
All right. Well, that's a good way to wrap up our What's Cooking. For the snack of the day, we have Mott's applesauce. All right. So we got Mott's applesauce.
In our little
And everybody's got a
bowls.
different cup. But this is sweetened applesauce.
Okay,
So
I think it's funny that because I've always only ever had unsweetened applesauce.
we used to have in the house. We had the cinnamon cups.
Yeah, it
Shout out
was
to
the
our
cinnamon
fans right
one.
quick. If anybody has fans to donate, that'd be much appreciated for the studio. It's a little warm.
That's refreshing. Oh my!
Okay, that's
Boo.
gross. No,
It's
don't you do it. Stop.
Golly. That's refreshing.
Refreshing.
Nice and cold.
Yeah, it's
refrigerated.
definitely nice in this very hot studio. This
I
studio
never.
Props.
I don't think I ever refrigerated my applesauce. That's a good idea.
What?
Just in the pantry. Yeah.
yeah,
What?
I definitely think you can leave it in the pantry.
I'm pretty
I mean,
sure
but like
in the
this
grocery
is
store
coming
it's
from
not
like a large.
refrigerated.
Yeah.
Once opened, though, you put
Whoa,
it in there.
whoa.
I got
If,
them in
if
the
you're talking about the
cups.
cups, then
Yeah,
yeah.
cups, yeah.
This is coming from a large container.
Put them in the
so-
fridge. It'll change your life, bro.
Obviously, it is.
Or just get some of my grandma's homemade applesauce. Phenomenal.
I think applesauce with
Phenomenal.
apple chunks in it is good too.
I love applesauce.
That's
Yeah.
old school.
Yeah.
That's deep south. I'm proud of you for that. That is like home south cooking.
To the audience, Gib is proud of me for knowing what applesauce is. I just want to.
No, but like not a lot of people have had that form of applesauce because it's kind of older.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, the only people that made that for me was my grandma, who's lived in the South her whole life, and my great grandma. Like
Yeah.
To be
Okay.
fair, Connor has also lived in the South his whole life.
for sure, but I don't know if his family's South.
I gotcha.
Southern. Is your family?
Yeah.
There.
Our
very
mom's side.
very rural North Carolina. Yeah. Warrenton,
Warren County.
Warren County.
Where are your grandparents from? Are they from down? Like, have you all had multiple,
Hamlet and then Norlina. And then-
Hamlet?
That's where Mimi's from.
so
Oh.
multiple generations in North Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
I mean, my
our
great-grandfather-
great.
But about
I
our
think-
family in Buffalo, you know.
It's true.
Right. They have no argument in this conversation.
I was just making a joke. But anyway.
I think our great grandma came from Germany to North Carolina. So
Pretty sure she lived on the border of France and Germany
yeah,
and then immigrated to
Hot
North
spot.
Carolina.
I think
I believe. Yeah, we could be
that
getting this
sounds
very
right.
wrong.
Yes,
We may get a text after this goes out and be like, y'all got that so wrong. Or you're like, spot on. So I don't know.
let's rate it.
Bennett, you first.
Applesauce is a good tradability. I think we can bring in
I
tradability
love
for this one.
applesauce. I'm gonna give this a 9.2.
Dang.
Wow.
I love applesauce.
Would you trade it?
I had this. No, I had this every single day. It was this and like the cup peaches as well. I love this.
Bless you.
Bless. You.
God bless thee.
Bless
Twice.
All right, Stat, hit a rank.
I'll say 7. It's good. It's good.
Solid. I
but
like
if
that
like
number.
if you have 2 fruit aspects in your lunchbox, like you'd probably trade the applesauce for something. In my opinion.
Oh.
Connor, give it a rank.
I think it's up there. It's not as good as the bunt cakes that we had. I'm not gonna rate it as high as that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put it at I'm gonna say 7.7.
I like Stat's number with like a low 7. I'd say like 7 or 7.2, somewhere low in the.
I definitely would
7
trade away
range.
applesauce though. Like
That's what I'm
somebody
saying.
brought
He
something.
said-
I
like
would
they-
not at all. I love applesauce.
It's good enough to get something back, but
Yeah.
it's not like you're not tied to it.
It
Like,
depends.
you're
Like
fine
if
to
it's
give it up.
store bought, yes. Homemade applesauce, no chance. I'm giving that to anybody or sharing.
for
it.
sure. For sure.
Yeah.
But
All
like
right.
if someone brings a pack of Cheez-Its to me, I'm gonna be like, yeah, applesauce can go.
Oh, I hate Cheez-Its. But
What?
I understand for you. Yeah. Like if you like
Oh.
Cheez-Its. I went to after school every day and Cheez-Its got old pretty quick for me. So.
Never get old. Anyway,
Did y'all
all
go to
right.
after school?
yeah.
Yeah. I
for
think-
all of elementary school?
Yep. Yeah. Cheez-Its got old for me there. The white, the OG flavor is the one that got old. But let's take it into our main course. And that's going to lead us to, if you could be one professional athlete, who would it be and why? So we're going to do one in our sport, correct? And then we're going to do one all time. And I will take it to Bennett first. Can I make a guess?
Well, are you doing
Which water
let's-
polo athlete did you pick?
Do you want? Are you guessing the in my sport or all time?
I'll do all time.
Okay, go ahead.
Josh Allen.
You know it. Do I even need to make an argument for it?
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, Gibb just doesn't
Come
want to hear your
on.
argument.
We
yeah.
we know the argument.
Okay. I would argue Josh Allen is or has the most talent out of any QB in the NFL. I don't think he's the best. Like I think Lamar is the best at rushing. I think there are.
I think that's even debatable with Josh Allen.
I think he's like a 2, but I think I'm gonna give that to Lamar because I think he's better. But like I don't think anyone has as good of an arm as Josh Allen.
No.
So his ball knowledge I think is a lot better than your average QB. So I just think he's the most talented QB. I think he leads an amazing team that will get to the Super Bowl one day.
There will.
Hoping it's this year, but yeah, I think it'd be an amazing team to lead, be a killer QB. So yeah, I'd switch with Josh Allen.
Dang.
Solid.
And you'd be married to Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, who doesn't want that?
All right, tennis player.
Tennis player. I got to go Federer. There's no one who has more classiness almost that goes with him.
I mean, 8 Wimbledon championships, most
Yeah.
Wimbledon championships ever.
Yeah.
Bennett did his research on that one.
What do you think of there, Gib?
Nothing. Is that it? Is that all you got, Federer?
Yeah.
That's a good one. I mean, he's the GOAT, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would argue.
All right, so my baseball player is a Red. Shout out my guy
Okay.
Billy Hamilton. I tried to switch hit starting in high school, and I really wanted to.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I was awful at like I was no good. So I would probably switch with Billy Hamilton. Just recently retired, but he was a really good leadoff batter, switch hitter, really good defensive outfielder, and he stole so many bases. Like that's who I wanted to be growing up. That's exactly who I wanted to be.
Not
He's
as many
actually-
as Ricky Henderson. Ricky
Yeah.
Henderson will have sick about it all time. Have you ever heard that story?
Yeah, that Harold Reynolds tells that
Yeah.
story. But
Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt.
no, you're good. I loved watching him play. He was kind of the spark of that Reds offense from 2012 to 2015, I think, or 2013 to 2015.
Come
he was
on,
really
man.
good.
Give Derek Dietrich his credit.
Wow, he was a cleanup batter.
He was a spark or something.
Yeah, he could beat the Pirates. That's about it. But no, Billy Hamilton. That was I loved watching him play. I wanted to play like him, and that's why I tried to steal as many bases as I could.
Okay. Do you want
Um,
to save your all time, or do you want to go and do it?
I'll save my all time.
Okay.
I'll save it.
Connor?
Oh, are we doing?
It's all right. Yeah, I meant to tell you, and then it's all right. But then I guessed it, so it's all right.
Are we doing my sport first, or are we
Yeah,
doing
your
Yeah, we'll
sport,
do
Oh,
and
my
don't do your
sport.
all time.
Okay, don't do my all time.
Bennett, if you have another all time on your mind, think
Yeah,
about
Bennett, you can find another person that you think.
That isn't so.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Come
Yeah.
on, Connor.
Okay, I'm gonna go in my sport or Rafael Nadal, Rafa, my fellow lefty,
Okay.
one of the greatest athletes of all time. 22 Grand Slam singles titles.
So this is not your all time.
No, this is
No,
sport.
but this
This
is
is
my
your
sport.
sport.
I mean,
Okay.
I think he's like I could obviously put him up there because I love tennis that much.
Right.
But like for the sake of the conversation, I'll pick somebody else. But like it could be Rafa
That makes
just
sense.
because he's left-handed, and I'm left-handed and have aspired to play like him my entire I've worn a Rafa hat since my 8th grade year of tennis, and that's a lot of tennis matches. That has seen a lot of matches, and so just through his career, I mean, 22 Grand Slam singles titles, 36 ATP Masters 1000 titles, 2 Olympic gold medals, 14 French Open titles, and
Wow.
I don't know of a single other athlete that's won a tournament that many times.
Yeah.
Like nobody has 14 green jackets.
Yeah.
That's
You're talking about pure dominance on a surface. Has to be. I mean, like Rafa Nadal is rightfully the king of clay. In my opinion, the best tennis player
I
ever.
think Alcaraz will get there.
You think he will win 14 French Open titles?
He has a chance.
I don't.
He's
think
on
he
track,
does.
isn't he?
No, not the way Rafa was, because Rafa won for a 2-year stretch there. He won, I think, 81 consecutive matches on clay. He didn't lose a single match on clay.
Oh,
For
I thought
81
I
matches.
thought we were just talking about Roland Garros.
Right. I don't think he's gonna win 14 French Opens.
Well, he's won 2, hasn't he? He's won 2, yeah.
How old is he?
23.
Yeah, he's definitely got a chance.
Well, he's turning. Yeah, he turned 23.
He turned
in May.
23
in May.
2 days before.
Yeah. I don't think he
Finals.
does. I don't
Okay.
think the
Think it's close or
longevity.
no?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I think he'll maybe. I don't think he'll break double digits.
Okay. Interesting.
Like the sheer amount of 14.
No, I'm not trying to.
Like
I'm not
we're
trying to
talking about
downplay Nadal at all. I
No,
think it's an amazing
obviously
feat.
Alcaraz will go as one of the best tennis players of all time, along with Sinner. Like they are both obviously the next generation.
Yeah,
of
they'll
tennis,
define
and
the
they
next
will
10
define
years.
the next 10 years. But to win 22 Grand Slams, no. To win 14 at one individual place, no way. Now, like the only thing that I think could be rivaled, like I do think Alcaraz could get the could get a Grand Slam. He won't do it twice like Djokovic did.
Okay.
But to win all 4 slams in a calendar year, I think Alcaraz can do it. I don't think Sinner can do it.
Huh. Interesting.
All right. So my favorite, I'm a huge Sox fan. My favorite player ever is David Ortiz, Big Papi, most clutch hitter ever. Like I think it would be awesome to be the guy to hit the walk-offs and hit the go-aheads that he hit in Boston, in Fenway, and have that place erupt. Like it's a dream to ever be able to do something like that. But then I do have I have 2 others. Obviously, Barry Bonds. It'd be pretty sick if you got 1 pitch per, 3 at-bats and you hit a bomb. Like, I mean, steroids or not, like, it's freaking sick. He was an all-star before steroids. Like, I mean, he's just unbelievable. He's an unbelievable athlete. People don't understand, like, when people say, steroids are not steroids, people still don't understand, like, the craft of a swing that you have to have when you get the opportunity to hit a home run.
I always say, like, with the Barry Bonds steroid argument, like, he probably wouldn't have hit 760, but he probably would have been close. And the steroids just made his home runs, instead of go 395, go, like, 465.
Yeah.
So they're already home runs.
I think so.
Dude. I mean, if you go back and watch his home runs, dude, they're barrels. Like, barrels. They're not like the cut fly balls. Like, they just happen to get out because of his strength. Like, they're bombs. Like, he's on time.
I'm not debating that Barry Bonds is the best, one of the best, if not the best, Major League Baseball
it wasn't like,
hitter ever.
It wasn't like he was just a fastball hitter. Like he could hit any pitch out.
No, I mean, I think like the battles he and Maddox had, like during that time, like pretty incredible stuff.
Yeah.
But then like if I had to go a current guy, it'd be Freddie Freeman. Just like a great all around human. What he did in the World Series was so fun to watch last year, and he's playing hurt. You don't see a lot of guys do that anymore. It was tragic to see kind of whole things went down with his agent and leaving Atlanta. But he's just a great player.
That was rough. That was really rough when they gave him his ring, and because Freddie didn't want to leave Atlanta. Whole story, but like, man, great. I like that pick.
Yeah,
that's a really good pick. Freddie Freeman, one of the top guys in all of athletics, but obviously in baseball.
But Stad, we'll kick it back to you for an all-time.
So this is going to probably come across as a curveball, but I have an explanation. So mine is Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, Big Diesel.
Not only was he one of the most dominant basketball players of his time, and he could change a game, he could change a series, he could change a season for a team.
Are you about to bring up what he does off the court making money?
I'm just saying, like, he's a very marketable character.
Yeah.
Like, he's good at television now after his career. Like, he not only was he great as a basketball player, like, he understood that he's got to have something after basketball.
Have you heard the story of that?
Yeah.
Where that came from?
Yeah.
And after his first paycheck?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like
his first paycheck, he went and bought 4 Mercedes-Benz and then had no money. And so his parents were like, all right, well, we're going to get you somebody that teaches you how to handle money and how to grow money. And ever since then, he's been like the richest dude to leave the NBA.
And it's not because of the money. It's just like the way he's gone about it. And like he's really good at being a basketball analyst. Like he found a great spot on the TV show, but he also became a successful businessman because he learned how to invest.
He also has his doctorate, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like first doctorate in his family.
Yeah. That's why I'd pick Shaq. Like he's...
I mean, obviously he's a massive media presence, so you hear a lot of stories. Like I love that, one of the stories I think his dad talked to him about in college or whatever, he was probably making money under the table or something. Like he was like, how do you miss that layup or something? Dad was mad at him. And he was like, I'm under a lot of pressure. And so his dad took him in.
That's a great story.
And
that's a great story.
He saw a homeless family sitting on the side of the street, and his dad was like, that's pressure.
Yeah.
And then Shaq, I think, built a lawn care service, and like the family that was on the side of the road, the dad, like he's the head of it, or at least that's how the story goes. I'm pretty sure.
That's another reason why Shaq's just a great person. He's so generous, and like he doesn't do it for the recognition, but like there are videos everywhere of like him buying shoes for like kids that are insanely tall and can't buy shoes anywhere else, and their mom, like they got a single mom, and they're trying to make ends meet, and he's just. Like it, kind of like the Freddie Freeman thing. Like he's a great athlete. He's one of the best in his sport, but also like he's a super generous person, and he's really smart.
Yeah. I lie. That's a great pick.
I know, like when you go back to his dad telling him to do stuff, like he would a lot of times in college he would try to like be creative in how he was finishing around the rim, and his dad, like military guys, like dunk the ball, dunk it, and that's what he made his living on. He was on the block. Nobody could stop him.
I don't know
they
why
knew the ball
more
was
big
going.
guys
Jump over
don't.
some guy and just dunk it.
Dunk the ball. Like we have that argument, dude. If I was 6'11", I'm dunking every time, or at least trying.
Yeah.
These guys trying to do
It's
like
hard to
reverse
stop.
layups as a center,
Yeah.
like dunk.
Like people don't understand the craft that you have to block dunks because
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
hit them the wrong way or you jump straight up, you give them more momentum to go higher and dunk on you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's a specific way of craft that you have to be able to block a dunk, and most guys are not in the position to be able to do that every time you try to dunk.
Especially when you have prime Shaq
Right,
backing you
who's
down and then jumping over you.
And my thing is, you're going to get something out of it if you try to dunk the basketball. Like,
Yeah.
if you try to do a crazy layup where you're jumping around people, you're probably going to miss and you're probably not going to get fouled because you're going
Yeah.
away from contact. If you're dunking, you're going to have contact. You're going to get hit.
Could draw a foul.
You could draw a foul at the very least, or
Yeah.
you dunk the basketball.
All right, who's you've already given us your all-time. Is it?
I have not.
Okay, who's your all-time?
So I have a real one and then I have a joke one.
I also have a joke one.
My real one is Tiger Woods. I think it'd be awesome to be dominant at a sport for 10 years. He's changed the game. He's a pioneer in the game. The kind of character, before in Tiger's prime, he never smiled. You never saw any emotion out of him. And now he's been he's like a great, like him and Charlie's relationship, the way that young PGA guys look up to him. He's messed around with YouTube golf a little bit with guys from Foreplay Golf or Bob Does Sports. Like he's been with them before. And
Grant Horvat, he gave him a lesson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grant Horvat.
Pretty
Like
cool.
I think that side of Tiger and him coming out in the TGL, like I think that was super
Yeah,
cool.
That was really cool. of him.
But I mean, he's awesome, right? Like
Yeah,
he's
I agree.
he's like a Mamba mentality in golf. He fought through injuries. He took
He
stuff
had quite a few,
personal.
yeah.
He took stuff personal. Yeah, he made some mistakes along the way, but like everybody does. And
Yeah.
I think it would just be super cool to even just be around him in his prime and just like to be able to observe kind of the behind the scenes on what he was putting in.
I think Tiger's a great pick because like he was and probably is greatest of all time besides Jack Nicklaus. And he could have been so much better without the injuries.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't step away. And,
Yeah,
you
man,
know.
if he never gets hurt, he might win 20 majors.
That's what, yeah. That's, yeah.
Could he have 14 green jackets?
I don't know.
Did
He had
have-
5.
He had 5?
Yeah.
I don't know.
14
Maybe not
is a lot.
14, but I could have seen him like 7 or 8.
That's
Yeah.
still crazy, dude. To have like
Oh,
an
yeah.
entire
Well, it could've
side of
been.
your closet
Yeah.
just reserved for green jackets.
I'm pretty sure you only get to keep one though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
Really?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
Well,
You
that's
keep
no
one.
fun.
And then my fun one's kind of a joke. It's Rob Gronkowski, greatest tight end ever, probably I would say.
Yeah, 100%.
He's an absolute freak on the field, and he's got just such a fun like personality guy. Like dude goes to like he just has more energy than anybody else in the NFL. Looks like he has more fun out there. Kind of like what he did when Brady retired and they found out he was getting traded to Detroit. He was like, nah, I'm retired. And he just like retired on the spot because he didn't want to get traded. Like, and just like the kind of like energy that guy messes with, it's pretty hilarious to me. And how many Super Bowls was he a part of? 5? 4? So
4 and
Yeah,
I
Bennett
think-
looked
I
at
mean,
it.
with the Patriots, 1 in Tampa Bay.
catching Super Bowl tutties,
Yeah.
freaking demolishing people on my way running to
Did
the
you see-
zone. Like
have
it'd
you
be
seen
sick.
That, have you seen that clip? He goes up to Brady. He's like, "I need one more catch for the Millie."
Yeah.
Tom's like, "I got you." And then on the sideline, he's like, "I got a Millie."
He has 3 with the Patriots, 1 with Tampa Bay.
Yes,
Oh, only has 4.
Right. Yeah. So I just think that'd be sick to. And he caught a Super Bowl trophy being thrown from another boat. Like,
He's also
Yeah.
broken a Lombardi trophy.
yeah, but that was just recently. But still, that's sick. Who cares? You can put a Lombardi trophy back together. It's a trophy.
That's a good take.
You want me
Am
to
I-
go with my
Yeah, go ahead.
second
I mean,
creative?
I mean,
yeah. Give us your second.
Go
on
ahead,
that.
Okay,
Bennett.
so this is kind of random, but I also think it's football related because I'm a football guy. But this guy I think was super influential because he kind of like re-kicked an entire franchise's.
Let's
History.
try to guess it.
Okay.
Okay.
He was an NFL Most Valuable Player. He was a 2-time offensive player, and he was an Offensive Player Rookie of the Year.
NFC or AFC?
NFC.
NFC.
He
Mhm.
re-kicked.
When was the last time he played?
Is he retired?
He is retired.
Yeah.
I think I know who it is.
Restarted an entire
98.
franchise.
Wait, he retired
The last
in
game
98?
he played was in the 98.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Is it a Bills player?
That is
He just
not
said,
who I
he just
thought it
said
was.
NFC, right?
Oh,
Didn't he
yeah,
say
he did.
NFC?
My bad, yeah.
98, Bennett, going way back. Who do you know from 98?
Troy Aikman?
Nope.
Is it a 49er?
You better say Jerry Rice.
Nope.
Oh, what position is it? Wait, no, I
Running
asked.
back.
Oh. Emmitt Smith? No.
Late 90s. Well,
Well,
he played in
retired
the
late
90s.
90s, yeah.
He played in the 90s.
Is it Barry Sanders?
It is, yes.
The
The Lions hadn't won or hadn't gotten to the playoffs since from the 50s until he was on the team. And though I don't
That's a
think
good
he
pick.
really
Yeah,
could,
I like that.
he couldn't carry them through there. I think.
Shout out NFC.
I mean,
North.
he's one of the best running backs ever.
Yeah.
100%.
So yeah.
Pure running backs too.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
man, yeah, he was really good.
But
All right, Connor.
There you go. Uncle Drew. Uncle Drew from the Pepsi commercials.
Kyrie
Great movie.
Irving.
No, I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the commercials where Kyrie got up in this. Obviously, I'm joking, but like in the old man makeup and went to a park and was punking a bunch of random people.
That's got to be staged, right? Was it staged?
Uh-uh.
No, it wasn't. I feel like some of the clips make it.
It was live Pepsi. I mean, they figured it out eventually. I think they figured out that the videos give it credit for, but
Oh,
but
yeah,
when he
100%.
first shows up, they don't know who he is.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they needed to make a movie out of it, but I remember watching that Pepsi commercial like all the time.
It was so cool.
It was awesome. Anyway, that's my fun one.
I teach young blood.
Yeah, great. If we're going off like who I'd want to be for a day, I'm not a great swimmer, and I think being able to just be a fish and float through the water and just like be like just absolutely tear it up with 22 gold. How many gold medals does he have? 23 Olympic gold medals. Like that's
Michael
can't.
Phelps.
I mean, like,
Yeah, he's
dude,
awesome.
come on.
Yeah.
I don't like that he went to Michigan, but like, I mean, he also went to Arizona State. So like,
Why do you have a problem with Michigan?
Because I go to UNC and I don't like Michigan.
There's
They played-
not a whole lot of correlation there, other than
Listen,
one
didn't-
event that happened in a basketball
Yeah,
game.
what are you
Didn't
talking
you
about?
play them in club tennis or something?
We
and
played.
lost?
I told that story on the podcast.
Yeah,
Anyways,
jeez, guys.
Jeez, my
also
bad.
there's several. Like Michael Phelps would be sick. MJ, obviously, like you can't really go wrong
Yeah.
being Michael Jordan.
I like the Michael Phelps pick. That's a good
yeah.
pick.
Also, Messi. Come on. So, I mean, we got to pick a soccer player. No soccer player's been mentioned. He's literally won everything that's been won. He signed his first contract at 14 on a napkin.
I didn't know that. Really?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
come
cool.
on. And then to lead your country to their third ever World Cup. I think they have 3 stars now.
Jamie, pull it up.
In my opinion, I think that's the only thing that Messi has over Ronaldo is the World Cups.
I agree, but like I also think he's a better leader than Ronaldo.
Yeah, I also think that like you could argue that a lot of Ronaldo's goals come from penalties, and he doesn't have as many
Free kicks,
assists.
Free kicks too.
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't take like as much talent to get as much. Like it takes a lot of skill and finesse to score a free kick, especially at that level, consistently for as long as he's done it.
I see your argument though, Ben.
I think he's a better overall player. He's a better team player. He's a better
I
team
think
player
that's
who
true.
still had so many goals and still had so
gotcha.
much success.
I got
So.
you.
You watch the way he led Argentina through that World Cup.
I'm on here to get things heated, so I'm gonna come at you for a second. I'm known for that on this podcast, but I'm gonna go ahead and harp at your leadership critique and your like edge critique in a way.
Yeah,
For like
yeah.
doubting Patty Mahomes, dude.
Yeah, that was
Like,
really
I'm not a
bad.
Patty Mahomes dude, but that was abysmal. That might be the worst take
I'm not
I've
gonna
ever
back.
heard you say.
I'm not gonna
I
back
don't-
down
I-
from it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just wrong.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not even like an opinion thing.
to say that somebody who's won 3 Super Bowls doesn't have an edge and doesn't know how to
He's won more
win
than that.
is
Yeah,
kind of
and
ridiculous.
for you to say like he comes on the media and talks about it and like it's just not true. It's just not true. Like just because like we watched him and we think he flops, which he definitely flopped, right? When he kind of fell out of bounds.
most
That was-
Oh, that was
quarterbacks do.
terrible.
yeah, that was horrendous. Like he does flop, but he doesn't come to the media and like find a sob story that like, man, the refs aren't. You know, you like the Kermit Frog thing. You're not lying. He does sound like Kermit Frog, but like, you know, like it's like he's not out there like begging for stuff at all, at all. He's very professional in front of the camera, and like, dude, he's won 3 Super Bowls, and it's basically from year one. Like that's the edge,
Well,
bro.
he
like
sat on the bench. He learned on the bench. I'm
Right.
like, yeah.
Whoa. For like 1 year.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Still, yes.
And
yes.
he's like,
That's
and he-
normal though. Sit on the bench for 1 year.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, he wasn't there forever.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
no, he
no.
wasn't. No.
Like this whole like I'm taking your leadership advice with a grain of salt because you don't like I'm not a huge Patty Mahomes fan, but that guy's a dog. Like he's a dog.
So is Ronaldo.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm
And I
not
know
saying
he's
that
not taking
Ronaldo
Ronaldo's
isn't.
away from that. I know he's not doing that, but like, I mean, if we're talking about leadership and that kind of edge to go win a game, like that's Patty Mahomes, dude. Like he's the freaking I mean, he beat the Bills in 13 seconds.
Why'd you bring that up?
I'm sorry. It was 13
Why you attacking
seconds,
me now?
and it was a touchdown.
He's shooting everybody.
Yeah, I mean, just unbelievable.
Shout out the Packers. Jordan Love is 1-1 against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
that wasn't really relevant, but hey, go Jordan Love.
Shout out Jordan Love. All right.
It's all right. Dak Prescott hasn't won a playoff
I think
game
it's-
since 2017. So I'm kidding. I don't know, but he sucks.
I think it's interesting, like the way people are so hot and cold about Patrick Mahomes. I feel like since we weren't around for prime Brady, like when Brady was getting started, when Brady had 3,
Yeah, we were
like the
youngins.
way people, like Brady changed the game. Like there were rules set because of certain things Brady did,
Like what?
like the incomplete pass, like
Yeah.
when his arm
The
got
tuck,
hit.
it's called the tuck
The
rule.
tuck rule.
Tuck rule. Yeah, that was a
Right.
controversial
So-
thing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So like the way Patrick Mahomes is as controversial where like, you have your take and I have mine. Like I think people felt that way about Tom Brady as well. And Tom Brady came out on the other side of it and a lot of people, especially younger people, say he's the greatest of all time, but there's definitely old heads who are like absolutely not.
I mean, I
Just
agree.
because of his accolades.
I agree with all that, but if we're talking edge, he has the edge.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Like Patty has the edge, and like last time you said he doesn't have the edge. Like he has the edge. I agree with you, right? Like there are things he's changed, and he definitely has to mature in a way that Brady did through. Obviously right now is probably something he's going to struggle with because he's getting calls that are blatantly wrong. I mean, I know Bennett can attest to this, and I'm not trying to point you out your fans, but like you can see it. But like last time we were on here, it was talking about the edge, and like he has the edge to win. I mean, dude's won 3 Super Bowls. Like you can't deny that.
It's not by accident. Like it's,
No.
When,
Guys didn't get hurt. Like
Yeah.
he beat them. Like I mean, this Bills team we're talking about. I mean, these are great teams, and he's
Yeah.
beat them. Like I don't know.
I mean,
and
I
he's
would,
lost
I would
in
argue
one.
this year the Bills beat themselves, but
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I mean, what was the score of that game?
their defense beat themselves.
yeah. Let's see.
I don't know. Yeah, I think everybody's interpretation of like the edge and whatnot. Like clearly, I don't think we're ever going to come to an agreement on it, and that's fine.
I just don't understand that. Like, what has he done to
It was
not
32-29.
right? So I mean, he still scored 32 points, but like, what does he have to do to show you he has the edge? Like, what more does he have to do?
I don't know.
He's won in the clutch. He's been to 4 Super Bowls, I think, or 5. He's been to 5 Super Bowls. He's won 3.
He's played through injuries. He's won MVP.
Yeah.
Like
What does he have to do? Or you just are determined that he doesn't have the edge?
No, I mean, like, sure, he has it, but like, I don't think that.
Are you saying compared to Brady, he doesn't
No,
have?
I'm not saying compared to anybody. Like, I just don't think he exudes the X factor. Like, I think, okay, that's fine. Sure, he has it. I just don't think in his persona, in the way he carries himself, it comes across that he's a stone cold killer.
That it doesn't come across.
No, but sure, if he has it, I mean, he's got to.
Do y'all
he's
see
won.
this point, or am I just tripping here?
I don't agree with it. Obviously, like we said last episode, that we don't agree with it. It's just
Yeah.
like I feel like there are multiple occasions and clips to where like he gets up from a hard hit, and like for whatever reason, that's how I interpret it. Of like the edge or like killer instinct, like
Yeah.
Running for a down and getting hit.
it's
Like
it's the National Football League. Like he's trucked people. Like go
Yeah.
watch like
Yeah.
a Patrick Mahomes like highlights compilation. Like he has the desire and the need to win, even if they're 7-0 and it's week 8 in the regular season. He's still out there like dominating.
I mean, I hate to make you do this, Bennett, but like, do you see this point? I mean, you're a Bills fan, so if anybody can
I mean,
hate Patty, it's
as
you.
Bills fans, I think he whines so much
In game.
in game, and that like pisses me off, and that makes me think.
But Brady
dude,
whines
just
too.
focus. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I'm just
100%.
let's not compare him to Brady. Let's just talk about him, like
Okay.
how we look at him on the TV. But like that pisses me off because I'm like, can you just play the game, go out and it frustrates me because I know he is good. He's won 3 Super Bowls. He's gotten to 5. He's won MVPs. He shouldn't be whining as much. And I think that's where you're coming from, where
Sure.
it's not necessarily an edge factor, but it's kind of you've succeeded. Why are you still like whining like you haven't? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good way to frame
Mainly,
it.
I
I'll
think
take
it's
that.
because
Sure.
I think it's mainly because guys, when they start winning more, you start getting more, and so now he starts expecting more because he's gotten.
Yeah.
Like like those flop calls. Like,
Yeah.
it's because he's won, right? Jordan got those calls. LeBron's got those calls. Like, I mean, every great gets
Yeah.
calls like that, and I mean, yeah, I can agree. You know, he does whine a little bit on the field, and I agree.
What's
but
the clip of?
I
Michael
also think
Jordan?
in football you can't tell how much people whine too.
True.
You can tell, but like you can't tell how much Josh Allen is just giving it to the ref sometimes. You know, when they set the ball down and they're running by him, like you don't think he's giving it to him. Like, I guarantee he probably is.
Yeah.
There's a clip of
I wasn't attacking your guy. It was just an example.
um,
Because he might not do that.
of the ref asking Michael if he got hit. Like that's just blatantly like
Have you
Michael,
seen that?
did he hit you? Did he hit you?
Have you seen that?
All right, number
Yeah.
I want him.
That was hilarious. That was okay. So for people who don't know, Michael Jordan, he was playing with the Wizards at this point. Like he had come back from his second retirement. He was like a player coach or whatever. He was playing with the Wizards. It's his short ref. He's like, I didn't see you get hit, Michael, but if you told me, it's a foul. 1-5 hits, 2 to come. Michael, I didn't see it, Michael, but if you're telling me that's what happened, Michael. It's hilarious.
Sorry
It
about
is
getting
awesome.
calls. That's probably the worst of all time when the ref is asking you if you got fouled.
That's bad.
Yeah.
I think we should go back to Messi Ronaldo because I think do you think Ronaldo's better than Messi?
Who has more Ballon d'Ors? Look that up.
What is that?
The best player in soccer.
Golden ball. It's
Best
like
play-
yeah,
it's like
Oh,
the best
yeah.
player in
MVP.
soccer for that calendar.
It kind of goes to the person that has the most goals, but also not necessarily. But
It's
also
very similar to
basically.
MVP in the NBA. It's like it's not a scoring title, but it kind of
Yeah.
is.
I have always been on the fence about this.
Ronaldo has 5.
Okay. I feel like Messi might have more.
Yeah, I think
He
Messi.
has 8.
Yeah. So it's like I've always been on the fence, right? The only reason I brought up Ronaldo earlier is just kind of just to throw another side. Like I
sure.
agree that Messi would be a great pick if I was going to be a professional soccer player. I mean, you have to be Messi, right?
Yeah.
Like all the things that he's done, and that's why I mentioned the World Cups. Like he's got everything, right?
Mhm.
Ronaldo doesn't have the World Cup. He's got a Euro. That's not. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's cool, but it's not the size of the World Cup. Like I said,
I think you would pick them for different things.
right. I've always been on the fence. Like I don't really know. Like
Give me Neymar. No, I'm just kidding.
That's also a great pick, though. Like I think Neymar was one of the a great teammate.
I think Neymar's like a Kyrie or Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Like talent
It's a
wise,
great
he's there.
comparison.
Like you could argue he's the most talented soccer player ever, but he's just not.
It'll
He
be
doesn't have the
interest-
legacy, doesn't have the wins, doesn't have the.
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how like someone like Mbappe kind of turns out because like he
He's a
like you said
freak.
he does have the
He's
skill.
really
He's
good.
insane.
Oh yeah, he's
but like
crazy.
he's not Ronaldo or Messi.
No, he's such a. That's the thing. Like he's such a different player. And if France wins multiple World Cups and then he wins more
Yeah.
Ballon d'Ors and he wins like league championships,
Yeah.
then it's like okay. But like
Conversation.
for me, La Liga at the time that Messi and Ronaldo were in it, that was like the best league.
yes.
And that was the
100%.
measure of excellence, right?
Yes.
Like Ibrahimovic talks about it all the time. Like that's the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he compares it to the MLS. Like the MLS is chump change to La Liga.
Oh,
At
yeah,
that
so
time.
of course, of
bad.
course.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
so,
terrible.
Try
like-
to give that.
so like for
the
Mbappe, he plays in the French league. Like, how do you measure that?
Yeah.
You know, like who's the would you say the English Premier League's kind of like the La Liga now? Or
Yes.
I mean,
would
yeah,
100%
the Premier
agree with
League's way up there. But like, I think
I want to go to
another
a game so bad.
Yeah.
So, I don't even watch soccer really, but Premier League would be so fun to
Yes,
go.
100%.
I think the way Ronaldo just jumped around so much, that's a different part of the aspect. Like, you know, Brady's considered so great because he stayed in New England for
Yeah.
so long. And like, they're like franchise people. Dirk didn't leave, you know, Dallas. And,
Yeah.
you know, Ronaldo jumped around so much
He was
early in his
at-
career and late in his career. Like,
yeah.
He went. Where did
and
he start?
Messi's been to 3
Man U.
teams.
Man U, and then he went to Real Madrid, and then where'd he go?
I think he-
Juventus.
Juventus, and then back to Man U for a little bit, and then he went to the
Yeah,
Middle Eastern.
what a year that
Al
To where?
was.
Nasser.
The Saudi league is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
what
Messi's been on 3 teams.
Yeah.
And the MLS was kind of like, okay, once you get old, you go to the MLS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he
Yeah.
literally just
That's
wants a
what-
paycheck. Like
and
he's
then-
going and spending.
That's what
having fun.
Ibrahimovic did. I
Yeah,
mean,
he
and
owns part of Inter Miami, doesn't he?
Yeah,
yeah, like it's kind of like the end adventure.
He's probably
You
like
saw
a player
lot of
coach
guys-
type of role.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you saw like some of his friends, like Sergio Busquets and Luis Suarez, follow him to Miami. They're just having a good time. 'cause-
yeah. No,
They're
I
doing
mean,
well in the Club World Cup.
yeah. And they look at the MLS like, oh, let's go have fun and win this thing. Like,
I do
Yeah.
think the MLS is getting better. Like the
Yeah.
past 10 years,
But
we've
there's a-
crossed into the top 10 league. in the
sure,
world.
but there's a reason why Pulisic and Weston McKennie and Anthony Robinson don't play in the MLS,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Like they're trying to make American soccer better for the national team, but they're going overseas to play.
Yeah, I
they're
do
also
not
gonna
deny
get,
that
they're
at
going to
all.
get better money over there because
Yeah.
they're
Oh,
not
of
as big
course.
and bigger names.
But
Yeah,
they
if
also
you want the
deserve
MLS to get better, you got to make more money. You got to
Oh,
spend
yeah.
more money.
And I think it's getting there slowly but surely.
I
And
just
it's
don't
an
think.
age thing, age of the league.
Oh,
thing, too.
100%. Yeah. There's just not, soccer's just not that sport in
Yeah.
the United States.
No,
in
but-
the world, yes, largest sport in the world.
Yep.
But it's
In
like
the
a,
United States,
it's
no.
like it's kind of like a like chicken and the egg kind of thing. Because once the MLS gets more money, once more fans are into it, I think more people will like want to play soccer at that high level.
No,
So, yeah.
I agree.
I agree with that point.
It's an interesting discussion. Like, who knows what's going to be the next thing for the MLS? Like, obviously, Messi and his, European.
I mean, Messi's
guys
going to
coming in.
retire in the next 2
Well, I'm
3
saying,
years.
but like the press that it brought and the
Oh,
recognition
yeah.
that it brought to the MLS, it helped. So, like, if more of those European players come over at the end of their career, then it might continue to jumpstart.
I mean, like Inter Miami wasn't good until Beckham bought him, and then Messi came over, and people actually went to their games.
Right,
And now they're like top 2 in the league.
And
so.
who knows? Maybe at the end of Mbappe's career, he does that
Yeah.
for a different team. Who
Yeah.
knows? It's just there are still teams in the league that are really tiny
Mm.
and comparatively.
Charlotte FC, for one.
Yeah.
It's just it's got a long way to go.
I
But I
didn't
do
even know we
agree.
had a team.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Bank of America is where they play. So,
Okay, Panther Stadium.
Yep.
Wow, that's a massive stadium for an MLS team.
Yeah. But it's all right,
Yeah, for sure.
One day.
One day. This came up to me earlier when I said Premier League. That would be a fun episode if we talked about bucket list sport destinations for
Ooh,
ourselves.
that would be
Where
cool.
would you want to go watch a game? That just kind of popped up. That would
I've
be
got
super cool.
that's another one that I'll hold over my dad. Is he promised me and my brother that if the Reds make the playoffs, we're going to a playoff game.
Oh, that's exciting.
This year?
No, well, any year,
Any year,
Okay.
any year. It's probably not going to be soon.
Y'all's stadium is ranked pretty high on like experience.
It's a beautiful. I've been in
Yeah,
there.
I didn't
I've been
realize
there
how well
once.
it is.
Been there once in 2011. It's a great
Yeah,
experience.
it's got
not
great
just,
ratings.
It's not just the ballpark. Like the ballpark's beautiful and it's right on the Ohio River. Like the water's in the back.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great experience because we have such a storied history. We're the oldest team in baseball. Like there's a really good like history
Yeah.
museum and there's
Haven't
a
changed
bunch of
location.
different things to
Mhm.
do.
Y'all been in Cincy since the beginning, right?
But we've changed stadiums a couple times. but-
Right, but you're not like the
No, we've
Dodgers.
always
Yeah.
been the very
Yeah.
the first ever professional baseball team was the Cincinnati Red
The Brooklyn
Stockings,
Dodgers.
I think.
That's cool.
Good.
All right.
But yeah.
Gib, you want to wrap this thing up?
Yeah, I want to hit one thing before we wrap up. It is Men's Mental Health Month. That is a big deal. I don't believe it gets the credit that it should in this time of the year and this month, but it is extremely important. And men, you should feel free to talk about it. It's not weak. It's not immature. It's not tough to not talk about it. I'm not saying you got to post your journey. That's not what I'm not saying social media, but like find somebody, even if it's your dog, like talk about it, get it out of your system. Like it's important to do that. And I think it's good for men to do that. I know plenty of people that have battled mental health and you should talk about it. And if you have nobody to talk about it, reach out to one of us. I would be glad to talk about it. I think
Yes.
it's extremely important. But it does not get the credit it deserves. So I wanted to shout out mental health. Always check on a lot of people, especially I'm sure we all have men in our lives, older men or leaders we look up to that you can tell they're probably hiding something because they think it'd be weak for you to open up about it. And that's just false. So I'd like to say shout out to Men's Mental Health Month. And that's a big deal.
For sure. Shout out
Yep.
my sports psychologist that I had in high school and college, Molly Casebear.
Yep.
Good shout, guys. Good shout.
Yeah. And so, so next episode coming out on July 4th, correct?
Yeah.
So
America.
we're going to do a little different of like a snack type of deal, except we're going to do a full cookout, kind of have all the stereotypical items that we're going to have and the drinks and all that stuff. And then we're going to hit, I'm going to do the top 10 sports moments in American history.
Another top 10 coming.
Another top 10 coming. Going to be sports related this time.
Gibbs on the hot seat.
I've already got a few down. I think this list is going to be a little harder to argue than Bennett's, just because it's like some of them are opinion based, some of them are moment based. Because we have several moments. I mean,
Release anymore.
I'm not,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
there's so many reasons to why. So I think some of the moments I'm going to have on there, you can't really like. You could argue, but some of them are just it's what's around the moment that makes the moment.
For sure.
But yes, please let us know. I think that bucket list idea was a cool idea.
Yeah.
I think we can run with that. And then please follow, subscribe on Instagram and TikTok and
Trying to get to
Spotify
500.
and YouTube. We need to get to 500, and please tell your friends to watch. We need hours. But we do. I mean, I got to
do.
be open
You're right,
about this
you're
stuff.
right.
Got to spread
Yeah.
it. So, but thank y'all for watching. This is Cafeteria Conversations. Get to class on time.